everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I'm here with my 80th process video. And this one is a design team challenge for the Challenge Yourself blog. It was a sketch challenge for the month of July, which was kind of nice because I love sketch challenges, and I didn't have to worry about finding pictures that fit with a specific theme or anything. I had all these wonderful, lovely new goodies to play with from a scrapbook.com order, so I decided that I was going to make a layout based on the sketch using a picture of myself that I had taken last year. So I'm actually not going to put it chronologically in my scrapbook. I'm going to save it as a book of me contender. So you'll see later. I know I say a lot, don't I? You'll see later that I break out some old stamps and I stamp the date for the photo and I stamp the date for the journaling, just so I can kind of, I don't know. They don't think it really matters, but when I go back and look at things, I guess I just like to know when the photo was taken, especially when it's in my book of me, because I don't really know when. None of that is, I mean, it's in chronological order because the pictures go with the year, like me getting older. But there's nothing that denotes that this was an event or anything. The book of me is basically just me doing some journaling, kind of like art journaling, stuff that I can do just to record my thoughts and feelings about certain things. I don't add to it that often. I don't know if you guys do a book of me, but I do a couple pages every so often, just for myself, and then maybe someone like my daughter will go through them one day and understand more about her mother. I don't know. So anyway, I'm just doing it for myself. Let's just say that I'm doing it for myself. It's just kind of a nice, scrapbooking is a fun creative outlet, and then when you add the aspect of journaling, personal journaling to it, it really is very, very creative, and I like that a lot. I like that aspect of it. So basically, with this layout, I am trying to keep to the sketch as much as possible. I have no idea what I'm doing here. You can't see my hands at all. You can see I have the baby monitor at the very top because I'm always scrapbooking when my daughter is sleeping. So you can see my reflection in the baby monitor doing something. This cut apart page I absolutely loved. So I'm just cutting out the thing that says something about dream, because I had just read the book, The Crossroads of Should and Must, and it's all about figuring out how to break free from your shoulds, the things that you feel you should be doing in life, and find your must, your passion, the thing that drives you, and figure out how to make that more of a focus of your life. So for me, I mean, I love scrapbooking. That's my passion, my hobby. I would love for that to be more of a focus of my life. I would love to somehow turn scrapbooking into a lucrative career. I know that sounds crazy, and if I had known that you could work for a scrapbook paper company when I was in high school and scrapbooking, maybe that would have changed my career trajectory I can't even talk, trajectory, and the things that I wanted to do with my life. I don't know. Just some things to think about. I know I'm getting a little deep here. So what I'm doing here is taking some vellum and I'm going to back my photo. I already backed the photo with some pattern paper, and I'm going to back that onto some vellum. I just like the way the vellum looks. It is see-through, but it kind of gives it sort of like a tissue papery vibe without being kind of, I don't know, sometimes tissue paper is kind of annoying. And then I'm going to pop that up on foam dots. So that little row of, I guess they would normally be journaling squares. But I'm just using them to go as a strip of paper behind the photo, going by what the sketch was. So I'm going to pop that up on foam dots just to give a little more dimension to the layout. And then I just need to kind of fill in where the rest of the things are going. I'm going to do, what I love is a long title. Well, it's sort of long with lots of alphas, and then I'm incorporating the title into my journaling. So you're going to see all that in a second. This is basically me just trying to figure out how to layer all the pieces to adhere to the sketch. So there was the smaller pattern paper on top of the background pattern paper, the little strip that was going behind it, and then there's another pattern paper strip going from top to bottom that kind of extends past the top and the bottom of the smaller square pattern paper. So I think I have everything the way I want it. I haven't adhered anything down yet. That's not That's not my style. I like to figure out where things are going, and then I try to very carefully go back and adhere everything down. So my photo, which is going to be propped up on foam dots, is going on top of that, the paper strips. Now I'm ready to adhere some things, and from there I can add my embellishments now that I know where the main pieces of the layout are going to go. And yes, I do use double-sided squares as my adhesive. I just find that it's a little more cost effective for me. And I like using them better than a tape roller. Sometimes I have problems with a tape roller. It doesn't always work so well for me. And the refills are expensive. And I just, the adhesive squares are like a throwback to when I first started scrapbooking when I was in high school. I know what to expect from them. I know what I'm getting. I can cut them to size. Sometimes I cut them in half depending on what I am adhering. And then it also makes them last doubly longer because of that. So here I'm going to add the little cut apart that says Dream Big. And I really liked that one because it looked like it was part of a film strip. I kind of was going back and forth. The little strip that has the journaling spots, part of me actually wanted to use those for the journaling to give myself a place to journal, but I decided that I was going to keep it back behind the photo just because I didn't really have anything else that worked. I guess I could have tried to find a branding strip, but anyway, once I commit to something, I kind of just decided to commit. So now I'm just going through a bunch of embellishments that I have. There are some enamel dots from Cartabella. I'm using some Jen Hadfield American Crafts die cuts, and those are really, really cool. They're a little, I like the Jen Hadfield die cuts, but sometimes I feel like they are not general enough, or maybe they're not specific enough for what I'm looking for. And they're all pretty big. There aren't any small pieces. They're all about the same size. And I do like to have some variety of size in my embellishments. And something I also wanted to note about those enamel dots, I don't know if it was just me or if anybody else is having a problem, but the adhesive kept staying on the plastic instead of the back of the enamel dot. It was really frustrating. So I finally decided to just glue them on with tacky glue. I can't remember if I had problems using them on this layout or not. Um, but yeah, so here I am trying to figure out what I want to do, because the title, I know that I want the title to go on the right-hand side of my layout. I'm trying to figure out, like, should I cut something to make spots for journaling? So I do decide to do that with this cut apart. It had some lines on it. They were very tiny lines. And after I cut them, I went, oh, I should probably have written things down first. That might have made it a little bit easier, but sometimes I don't think things through clearly. For the title, the main title, I'm going to be using a variety of alphas, some American Crafts chipboard thickers, some, I think it's Illustrated Faith letters, which I love, and I should probably order, I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I should probably order more. So here I have decided that I'm writing before cutting is the way to go. So I'm just going to take those little journaling strips and line them up there, and then in between the journaling strips, the title is incorporated into the journaling, as I kind of said before. So as you're reading the journaling, you're also seeing the big letters, but then if you just take a look at the layout, what's going to catch your eye are the big letters, should and must. And then that might draw you to want to read more about the journaling. I don't know if any of you guys have read the book I was talking about, The Crossroads of Should and Must. I would highly recommend it. I did a review of it. It's up on the blog. You can find it at the link below. And also, I should mention at the other link below for the Challenge Yourself blog, you can see what all the rest of the design team members did with this sketch. And then, of course, we would love for you to come play along with the sketch. There's a great prize up for grabs this month. All you have to do is make sure you follow the sketch or interpret it however you want, and include a photo of yourself on the layout. If you don't include a photo, you are disqualified from the prize drawing. We will still, of course, comment on your post and tell you how wonderful your layout is, but you won't be qualified for the drawing. So make sure to remember to include a photo of you. That's the whole point of the challenge blog. Challenge yourself. All about getting you on your layouts. I know that a lot of us are the photographers. We are in charge of capturing those moments, but we need to make sure that we are also captured because we are part of our story. We are part of our family's story. We're part of the family history, and we need to make sure that we are captured as well. And that, like I said with this book of me, make sure that your story is captured. Like, this is something that is personal, but I wouldn't mind if someone went back through and read it. It's kind of like a journal, like finding someone's journal. Um, yeah, it's just me telling my story. And like a regular scrapbook album is the story of your family, or more of a general overview of your life. A book of me is your personal story, and I think it's a great place to start getting pictures of yourself included. Take some selfies of yourself. They don't have to be staged photos or perfect photos. Just, snap a picture of yourself on your phone and print it out and get started. And then maybe that will inspire you to put yourself more in your general photos so that you can see more of yourself through the events. You're not like living the event. It's nice to have photos of other people like at Disney, but you want to remember that you were there too and that you weren't just behind the camera the whole time. Get a photo of yourself experiencing a ride or seeing a character or something. I have a lot of those photos from when my family and I went to Disney. I'm using a Disney as an example because we were just there. So whatever the big event is for you guys, just make sure that you are in the photo. So that's me getting off my soapbox here. So the enamel dots, which I love enamel dots, but these were not the greatest. Anyway, that's sad. And I wish you could see a little bit more of the bottom of the layout. I have to adjust my camera and my mat. But there were some really pretty flowers. Some of the Jen Hadfield stuff has like a metallic finish to it, which is really awesome. Oh, and then I forgot I used my Nuvo drops. I think that's Peachy Keen. I really liked the Nuvo drops. That's the first Nuvo drops color that I have. I would love to get some more, and I've also been using the Nuvo Mica Mist, which is really fun. Oh my gosh. So here are the stamps. I have had this Making Memories stamp set since 2006. It was a scrapbook.com freebie. So when I placed my scrapbook.com order, I got these stamps. They're not clear rubber stamps. I do prefer the clear stamps. But these are magnetic stamps. So there's a stamp holder and they stick to the magnetic stamp holder. And there are letters, months, phrases, all kinds of stuff in here. And I just never use them that much. And I really should because they're so versatile. I can do anything with them. So this is how I'm going to put down the date the photo was taken, and then the date that I added my journaling. Like I said, I guess it doesn't really matter like when the photo was taken. Since this is going in my book of me, it's not really a specific chronological type of thing, but just for my reference, so that if I am looking back at this and I just want to know, I'll be able to see, okay, like at this point in my life, the year 2020, that's when I was writing this, and that photo was of me the year before. So I don't know, it's just for my information. I've been reading a lot in scrapbook Facebook groups about people who are sticklers for putting in the journaling and reminding people like put the date, put the date, put the date, put the date. At least write down the people's names so that you remember who it was. And also another tip, always test your stamp before you go ahead and put it on your page. I've made that mistake so many times. I always test it first, and sometimes it still comes out cruddy. I mean, the tester could be perfect, and then you actually get it on the page, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, always test your stamps first. So I did two stamps, two kind of off-center stamps for the picture date, and then we do the same thing underneath the journaling for the journaling date. And that's just about it. This layout is almost done. I hope it was inspiring for you. And like I said, you can see links, or you can see the design team, what the rest of the design team did of the Challenge Yourself blog link below. And then come visit my blog if you want to see the review of The Crossroads of Should and Must. And also follow me on social media so we can share scrappy goodness together and connect that way. Give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel for lots more process videos and book videos. I have so much more coming. See you guys next time. Happy scrapping.